Welcome into DC On Screen, a podcast about the DC Universe properties being brought to film and television. I'm your host, David C. Robertson, and this is my co-host, Jason.
Hello.
So, we are about to get all spoilery on Family of Rogues, the third episode of Season 2 of The Flash. God, this show just keeps getting better for me.
It does. No complaints.
Speed cannon, man.
Yeah.
Speed cannon.
Right. Cisco's had a lot of moments this year of like, you and me, we need to hang out more. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Jay Garrick. I don't want him to go home.
I don't. Like, there's there's a moment at the end where, you know, he decides to stay, and I just thought, oh, Caitlin gets to keep her puppy. That's awesome.
Yeah. And great part about it, though, is that, like, spoilers, Earth 2 Harrison Wells shows up from the other side of from Earth 2 through the speed cannon into Earth 1. So there is absolutely no reason to believe that. Well, the good part about this is there's absolutely no reason to believe that Jay Garrick can't just pop over and pop back.
Yeah, I wondered, they were getting all Field of Dreams on this shit at the end, and I didn't know why. I mean, I guess, well, maybe he just didn't know how to get back over, but Harrison was on the other side trying to figure out how to get over the whole time, so.
Right.
I guess it is. They're working on a one-way door over there, so.
Now, I really hope that Harrison Wells of Earth 2 is not Zoom. I'm assuming, though, that they are going to play that up and pretend that he is for just a second. Because, let's be honest, man, every time you see Harrison Wells, or Tom Cavanaugh,
right,
he kind of looks evil if you decide to look at him through that prism.
Sure.
But then if you decide not to, he just kind of looks like a curious dude.
Right. No, they said he is going to be...
just like he doesn't look happy.
He's definitely going to be playing Harrison Wells in the Earth 1 context. Kavanaugh and Gustin did an interview where they said as much. They also said, though...
he is going to...
Yeah, he's going to be...
He is going to be Harrison Wells in Earth 1?
He's the guy that just popped through that hole is Harrison Wells.
Oh. But he's Earth 2 Harrison Wells.
Yeah. I mean, he's...
But not Earth 1
Well,
Harrison
they didn't say what his origin is, where he's been, what the backstory on all of it is. They're just saying that he's playing Harrison Wells now that he's here. All they described in that interview is when they figure out that Harrison just popped in the building, he's going to be Harrison. Okay,
because my question is, did Harrison Wells die...
In Earth 1?
In Earth 1 still, since...
No idea.
What's his
face? They didn't decide to ruin that via interview. But what they did was also describe, like, this is another version of Harrison Wells, and he's going to be playing... Like, apparently the character was written so that it kind of presented itself like the Harrison Wells that had been there previously. Tom Cavanaugh got bored with that and decided that he would kind of do a little bit more arrogant. Well, he actually kept using the word arrogant. So expect a very haughty, cocky-ass motherfucking Harrison Wells this time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. But, as Kavanaugh pointed out, why would you do the same thing twice? Like, it's an opportunity for him to expand the character and expand his role, so go for it.
Yeah, totally. Like, I was actually worried that they were just going to bring in a separate Harrison Wells and then just have him act like Harrison Wells.
Right.
That we know, and I didn't want that. So, yay, cool.
Well, and importantly, they're going to...
This is why I like this show the best.
They pointed out something else that, and this actually is leading up to what they're going to do with it, so beware. But Gustin was saying that Barry's going to actually trust Harrison faster than he trusted Garrick. So he's going to get over his trust issues real quick.
Oh, wow.
They will be addressing the fact that he hates that bastard, but apparently they're planning on just moving right on.
But, I mean, can you really get faster? I mean, it took him like an episode.
I know. Apparently it's going to be half an episode. I don't know.
Jeez. Okay.
I mean, apparently, like, they're going to see him in the hallway somewhere soon, and Barry's going to go, "You bastard! Now come here. I need your help with something."
Now,
it's the whole scene.
A couple of things about this episode. Lisa Snart, I've never really cared for, but I've actually thought she did a pretty good job this episode.
I agree. They kind of gave her some. Well, she's been so static before. They really gave her something to play with this time.
Yeah. I always I can never decide whether or not I hate Leonard Snart or the actor that plays him. or if I love him or hate him. I don't know which, because sometimes he's really awesome and sometimes he just seems like really over the top and terrible. I'm not sure whether which one I like or which one I think. But I don't know. I had fun with him this episode. I can't believe how, like, I guess he is getting kind of old, but Michael Ironside seemed like he was on the verge of dying this episode.
Yeah, he's
just looking at him. I'm just like, oh, you bloated, weird-looking guy.
Yeah, he's like,
oh my god,
2 cans of Coke and about 4 slices of bacon away from a heart attack, it looks like.
He looks rough, man.
He's getting up there, man. I mean, come on. Age happens.
I know.
I just described my future right then. That's what's going to happen to me is, you know.
But anyway, I always do enjoy watching Michael Ironside be any damn thing, especially a bad guy.
He plays a dick really well.
He does, but I've really enjoyed Barry and Leonard's chemistry in this episode.
Wasn't undercover Barry kind of the shit though?
Oh, he was.
He just slips right in.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Samwise.
Yeah, he was good.
He was like he slips right into. He kind of gives himself a little bit of a. I don't know. He changes his. Not even his. He doesn't change his dialect, but he changes his diction. Just goes for it. Mm-hmm. I mean, Leonard catches on pretty quickly, and they just kind of roll. And then my favorite part of all that was when Papa Snart shoots him. There's a genuine look of he actually looks sad that Barry didn't make it. He when he says sorry, Barry, I actually believed him.
Yeah,
laying the seed
was
for LOT,
which was what was fun for me though. Not only that, I really liked the sorry Barry, but right before that, when Barry just slips into it, like Snart just gives him this look like, what?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Hey, he was sort of like a halfway, like, are you pulling this off?
Really gonna?
And it was
okay.
And then the other half of it was just like, oh, you're an idiot. Why would you even try this? There's no way this is going to work out well for you.
You get a little bit of the feeling of, if this is how you choose to die, Barry, you go right ahead. But it's not that simple, though. Like, if he could have outed Barry right then, but he'd have had to kill him. Like, the second he did that, he only had that choice. You either go with it, or you go ahead and kill him. Because Daddy Snart here is just going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess at that point, it was the only chance Barry really had. He threw his hat in, and it was already, the damage was done.
Yeah. I mean, I love that Barry just caught the bullet, though.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
I mean,
it
made sense.
It
did
actually occur to me until they went back after commercial that's what he'd done, I guess. But for a second, I was just thinking, he'll heal. I figured he was going to be down for the count for like an hour.
Now, you know what didn't make sense to me is when Captain Cold shot him at the beginning, why he needed like the heat, whatever that Cisco put into the suit to get out of that ice, because generally in the comics, I mean,
he just shakes,
I don't know that he's done it here. Yeah, he just like vibrates.
And
I mean,
melts
that's all
the
like
ice.
heating anything up anyway. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Maybe he doesn't know how to do that yet.
It was a cool trick with the suit. I like that the suit has that capability. You gotta love having a Cisco in your corner that's like, oh yeah, I thought of that. Yeah, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you fight a guy named Captain Cold all the time. I gave your suit heat capability. What?
Right. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know how to do that yet. I'm a little iffy. Like one of my big issues with.
I guess I kind of figured that he got so cold so quick it didn't occur to him. He was already kind of shutting down.
Yeah, one of my issues though with a lot of these shows is like I'm so familiar with the comic books, I don't remember what has and hasn't been established on the show.
You forget.
I just don't know if Barry knows
how many
how to
tricks
do
Barry
things.
has yet, as of yet.
Right.
Well, we know
wait, can he just vibrate? This lame.
I mean, as a list,
he doesn't know how yet.
What do we know? Like so fast he can basically run through air if there's enough debris. Gravity's basically meaningless for him as long as there's land attached. I mean, God, the shot ahead, like beginning of the show when he's catching Iris, that was great, absolutely
amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
It just runs up the building, does a stop like he's doing a suicide run in a basketball court, and heads back down. We know he can throw lightning bolts now. He's already got phasing, time travel. Pretty powerful kid, man.
Yeah.
And now he's got a daddy flash to teach him. Jay, show me my next trick.
Right.
Can I wear your hat?
So, I'm a little confused. I mean, is it because of Iris that Barry did not quite want Patty's number? 'Cause Patty is awesome.
Right? I don't. I really don't know. The only thing I could relate to in that scene is that he screwed it up so thoroughly that I felt he was more relatable. I'm like, yep, that's as bad as I would screw that up. There you go, Barry. Girl basically hands you her number and you make it weird. Welcome to my life.
Yeah, but the one out that he has on that is that she is just as weird. So
well, but I mean they actually look as I don't know, they play on screen as well as he and Felicity used to.
I know, and that's what I'm a little afraid of, because I feel like they're going to keep trying to bring it back to him and Iris eventually. So I kind of feel like this is going to be like, well, she's going to be a good friend, but she's a little too close to Felicity and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, man. I like Patty. I like Patty better than I like Felicity at this point.
That was quick.
I know that's
heretical, even.
It's probably heresy.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, it might go back the other way next week, but right now
you're
kind of liking Patty
digging
more.
Spivot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, she's not quite as, foot and mouth as Felicity.
Although that phone number scene looked pretty. I mean, she walks out without her coffee, man. Like watching that scene, I was like, yep, this is how human interaction works. We're all weird fucks. Mm-hmm. Nothing about it was unbelievable for me. Right. No part of that I couldn't have gotten wrong myself. I would have, in her situation, I would have left my coffee. I can only assume I would have left a purse if I had it. Like, I would have just left I would have, dropped my freaking clothes on the way out of there. Just trying to get out. Anything that was holding between me and the door. Done.
Right.
Just run from the building screaming. I don't know what to do with myself.
Leaving a trail of piss behind you.
Please call me. I have to go.
Yeah. I like the scene where Barry and Patty are at the scene of this crime. Like where Pappy Snart, I guess I'll call him, has blown that dude's head up, and she's like, "Oh God, I thought I was standing on an ear." And she made some joke about if she did, she'd be hearing things, and Joe just looks at her and goes, "Oh hell no," and walks away.
Nope, not doing jokes about body parts. Y'all are on your own. Why the hell would he blow his head up anyway? That was the dumbest damn thing. Like, who learned something there? As far as I can tell, he's just he's not a good people person, not a good manager of people.
Pappy Snart's a mean son of a bitch, man. He just likes to kill folk.
Yeah, I guess, but it seems like it's. Dude, you need a tech guy. You need somebody to get you in the freaking safe. Don't blow his head off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be harder to go find another guy than it would be to just kind of, forgive this guy's one failure, I guess? I don't know. I've never run a criminal organization. Maybe it's harder than they make it seem. But
well, I mean,
it just seems like blowing up your people's heads is not good for retention. That's all I'm saying.
All right. But he killed him out of anger. It was like pure, passionate anger.
Right.
No one talks to my boy like that.
Except me, when I abuse the hell out of him.
Right.
Speaking of which, when he actually puts him down later in the episode, like the look on Snart's face when he's just talking about, he could forgive everything else, but he broke Lisa's heart. Mm-hmm. First of all, it made you realize just how truly bad Ironside was, or Papa Snart was.
Right.
And two, man, yeah, Leonard's is as cold as he is in his demeanor. He's got one hell of a heart. Like. Mm-hmm. Sure, there's just that one thing he cares about, and that's making sure his sister's safe. But damn it, he cares about that thing.
Yeah.
It's setting up a lot for LOT, man. I'm loving that part. I guess this is pretty much his. Was this his bit? You think they're going to pretty much drop him a little bit and focus on some of the other characters for LOT while they're leading up?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, he said he'd be back. Like he goes back into prison and says, I won't be here long.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want to with him. I'll be good. I like him. Right. I kind of hate him, but I like him.
No, I had that internal discussion you were talking about where you thought he was over the top a little bit, but you kind of liked it. I had that discussion with myself the first time I met that character, and then by the end of that episode, I decided that I quieted the disagreement. So I understand your instinct, but I still I dig him. I'm good.
Yeah, I have that internal dialogue every time I see him, as if I've never seen him before.
I retired the discussion. There's a moratorium on it. I'm moving on. Like, I was good to go.
Oh, man. So apparently we were right.
Oh,
to
God
think
help us.
that what's-her-face was dead, because apparently Joe told Iris that she was dead. So apparently that was something that had been established in the show that we remembered, kind of.
I don't even remember remembering it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how we thought she was dead, and then that was just something we remembered poorly. Or incorrectly.
And here's the thing, though. As an audience member in this case, I felt like he was telling me. You know, by the way, first of all, me and you discussed this as soon as the show ended and we got to talk to each other. I want Joe to give me all the bad news ever for the rest of my life.
Of course you do.
Every time I get a medical exam that comes back with something negative, I want it to be Joe that walks in and tells me about it.
Well, no. If it's something medical, I don't want to know from Joe. Because, like, someone else is going to be, like, optimistic and be like, there might be a chance. Like, Joe's going to, like, hold his freaking eyes in his hand and just, like, start, like, hyperventilating and sobbing and saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but by the time he's done and some nurse tells you, like, well, there's treatments and stuff, I'll be beside myself. Like, I'll be resigned to happily die by the time. Like, I would rather die than watch Joe keep crying. I'll just leave, Joe. It's okay. Will that make you feel better? But, damn it, the feels. The man has the feels.
Now, I want to say this. I was so damn proud of this show for not doing the Laurel Quentin thing.
Oh, yeah. Iris just takes it.
Iris just takes it and says, you did what you thought was right, and I love you and I forgive you.
Grown-ass woman right there.
We don't have to do anything else. No more bullshit.
Right.
Let's just deal with the fact that what's-her-face is back in the picture for whatever reason that we're going to have to deal with now. Whatever. I don't know why they're even bringing her back, but okay. What possible good could come from this?
That's my question, is what good can come from it? Like, now, I'm bored enough with that character already. Like, now that we've met her, now that we've seen her and met her, she's the kind of person I instinctively don't like.
Yeah. Just
and
like,
I would like as little to do with her as possible.
My little girl needs her mama because her fiance died. I'm like
no, your little girl's doing just fucking fine.
6 months after her fiance died, you decided to show up, and it's been 20 years.
Right.
No. No.
Yeah.
You walked away.
Yeah. I mean, I like Joe's approach was, you know, he heard her out long enough to let her make her pitch, but then it was just basically, here's a stack of money, you got 24 hours to get out of town. Mm-hmm. Feels like something I might do if you showed up after 20 years.
Yeah.
I understood his instinct here.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I mean, dude's a cop, man. A cop, and a damn good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have made his little lie a truth real quick.
Oh, it was just a little white lie all those years ago, wasn't it? And now you're out in the middle of a yard with a shovel.
Yep.
How things get away from you.
How things get away.
Oh, yes, the web we weave.
I'm pretty familiar with the character they've basically brought in as Iris's mother.
She feels like a walking trope. I'm bored already.
Yep, exactly.
I got nothing, man. Don't get me wrong. If there's anything we're excited about at this point in our lives, it's Flash. But that is some boring stuff.
Yep, and I don't know where they're going with it, but I can't imagine. I don't know what they could possibly bring to that would make me at all interested.
No,
and I'm fearful about this particular part of the show.
Yeah. Not even. I don't know. I got nothing. I tried. Yeah. As I was watching the episode, maybe during a commercial break or something, I was sitting there thinking, like, what could they do what could they possibly do with her to make it worth my time to sit there and watch this damn character? And I have yet to answer that question. If I come up with something, I'll mention it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm terrified. I'm scared she's from Earth 2 or something.
That'd be a waste of one of the holes, wouldn't it?
Right?
It's down to 51 now, and it's for a drug addict. What are we doing? What's happened here?
Right. Like, you just Zoom just sends her over. Like, why? I don't know.
It's just psychological tactics. You're just trying to weaken Barry's support structure by distracting some of the people that he his motivational speaker, I guess.
Yeah. Just like, oh man, wouldn't it be awful if Zoom was just like alternate Joe?
Oh, that'd be great.
Right?
It'd be amazing.
I saw a fan theory that said that someone was saying that it is possible they think that he might actually be like Earth 2 John Wesley Shipp.
That'd be cool. And that would explain the weirdness in John Wesley's interview. But as far as I know, the rest of the cast isn't completely aware of why Wesley Shipp went so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, in interviews, they're kind of saying, I don't get it either. We thought it was kind of quick, too. But that usually means they're burying something real deep. Like, I'll guarantee you this. If the rest of the cast doesn't know why John Wesley's off that show, John Wesley knows why he's off that show. And he knows when he's coming back.
Yep. And, oh, man. Like, if he is Zoom, that's going to be awesome.
Oh, it'd be great.
Or if he's, like...
I mean, come on, imagine the finale...
If he's pre-Crisis Flash, that's going to be great.
Imagine a finale where you find out that John Wesley Shipp is Zoom, and then you have to get John Wesley, this Flash, as the pre-Crisis Flash, to come back and help out with our current Barry Allen Flash. That's two John Wesleys and a Grant Gustin on screen. That makes me a happy man.
Yeah. Like, if he's Zoom, that's awesome. If he's pre-Crisis Flash, that's going to be awesome.
Too.
If he's both... Let's do it.
Well, I mean, if he comes back in any capacity, I imagine I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah.
And all that time watching that damn show won't be for naught.
No. Well, yeah, there was a theory though that like he's from Earth 2 and he came and he killed our John Wesley Shipp, our Henry, and replaced him in the prison. I don't know how much I would actually trust that or think that was true, but yeah, I'd love to see if I'd love Earth 2 Henry to be Zoom or whatever. Let's do Henry.
That'd make me
him
pretty
Barry.
happy.
Let's do all the things. We can do it. It's a multiverse now,
happy.
guys.
Now, I had two more things. Cisco is fucking cool when he gets around Snart, and I mean cool in the classic sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, suave, straight up suave.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of the most attractive people that, by his count, that's one of the most attractive people he's ever been around. I mean, he said as much when he's been talking to her, and man, unfazed. Like, she gives him the whole story, just kind of smirks at her. How much of that's actually even true? Doesn't lose his head. She drives off all smooth herself. He just sips on his little Coke. I was just proud of him, man. I was. Any of the rest of us would have been flustered, at least. But I mean, I just described out like if I was Patty Spivot, I would have run out of that building naked and pissing. So, you can imagine I'm pretty proud of Cisco that he didn't immediately do anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if she had like kissed me like that and gotten on the bike and driven off, I could see myself trying to play it cool for about a half a second, maybe, and then just tossing down the soda and running after her. Please come back.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have. You'd have been like, all right, I need Arby's.
Well, now I'm hungry.
Food and football.
I believe there's a game on. Glad she won't be distracting me. I like it. Now,
oh my God.
We've ended Flash has ended two straight shows with a Stein seizure. Mm-hmm. So those will be wrapping up.
Hey, this time he went blue flame firestorm. I don't know what that means.
Eyes went white and everything.
Flame. I like blue flame.
I do like blue flame. I think it for some reason apparently that's the color flame you get if he doesn't have the counterpart he needs. So all that speculation about that Jay Jackson that we couldn't figure out, over.
Why is it over?
Well, that's what next week's going to focus on.
Okay.
I apologize if you haven't seen a promo of any kind, but...
I haven't.
Oh. Well, then next week we're focusing on Firestorm and what's happening to Stein.
Okay.
So there won't be any more, like, ending the episode with him passing out.
Oh, thank God.
I
was getting worried for him.
It was starting to get a very worn appendage. Yeah. We'll be wrapping that up.
Cisco did an amazing imitation of Stein.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's all I've got for this episode, man.
Yeah, man. Very excited. Great show. Good, doing good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing I meant to ask you. I'm sorry.
What's up?
Did Jay Garrick say after our accident about Earth 2?
I don't remember that.
When?
I remember he said after the particle accelerator exploded.
So Earth 2 had a particle accelerator explosion as well?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear about that because I'm sure it's going to come into play at some point.
Yeah, it did. It exploded. That's what gave him his powers.
Okay.
As well.
So we know there are at least two Earths, two versions of Earth, two possible dimensions, whatever you want to call them in this case, that have had probably simultaneous, if you were betting, particle accelerator explosions.
Maybe so.
And you can guarantee anywhere that happened, somewhere, a hot scientist ended up being the Flash.
Mayhap.
We're 2 for 2 so far.
Speaking of hot scientists, they did release a picture of Caitlin as Killer Frost.
Did they?
Just putting that out there. Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
She's been so excited, man. Like, every time they've interviewed her and asked her about it, she just like lights up when they talk about playing Killer Frost. She wants to get in the costume. She wants to do the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I want her to do all those things. I'm as excited as she is.
She shouldn't be that excited, though.
Really? Why? You get to play Killer Frost.
As soon as she becomes a villain, she's not going to be on every episode.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm hoping they just make her, a good guy that has powers. But she gets a superpower. How is that? It's hard not to get excited about that.
I know.
You got to wonder, what was it she was doing during the accelerator explosion? Have they said?
Yeah. No, but the optimal thing would be that there was no Ronnie Raymond in Earth 2, and then this is Earth 2 Caitlin. So we still get normal Caitlin, but we also get evil Killer Frost Caitlin from Earth 2.
See, then everyone's happy.
I don't want my Caitlin to become Killer Frost now. I like her too much.
I know, but the name Killer Frost, Cisco could easily apply that to a good, one of the good guys. No problem.
Yeah, I think that was.
You don't have to be a villain just because you're named Killer something.
Right. I think Caitlin Snow was the iteration of Killer Frost who was actually good sometimes.
Well, here we go then. What's she doing? Pouring herself a cold drink when the accelerator went off, or?
Yep. That's what happened, Jason.
Just sipping on a soda and particularly.
Yep. That's exactly how that went down.
Reaching for some ice. Icing a cold martini about that time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's an Earth 2 thing, and Ronnie Raymond wasn't there, and it had the opposite reaction, instead of Firestorm, Killer Frost.
There you go.
It's just a random, dumb comic booky science thought. But,
they're welcome here.
Thematic. The thematic antithesis, I guess, of whatever. Thematic opposites. I don't know. I want to wrap this episode up now.
Yeah, I can tell. At this point, you're just spouting words, hoping that any of the... I think you yourself were hoping that your mouth would say, okay, well, we're out of here.
Yep.
And it failed you.
That's what happened.
Instead, other words came out.
But we're not out of here, because in a second, we're going to be going to Nanda Parbat. I can never say that word.
NP.
Nanda Parbat?
Nanda Parbat, yes.
Nanda Parbat. Okay. Over on the Arrow review. So we are DC on Screen.
Double down.
You can find our episodes at iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on DCOnScreen.com. Be sure to leave us some 5-star ratings and comments. We do enjoy getting feedback from our listeners, and we do enjoy responding to it on air. So do that. We are a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network, and if you'd like a similar podcast about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, check out our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast or MCUcast.com. we're coming back with Arrow tomorrow, and yeah, until then, keep some DC on your screen.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day, and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry, with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.